With all the talk of a currency war out there and the international finger pointing over global imbalances, this meeting of G20 finance ministers and central bankers has taken on added significance. It is no longer simply a speed bump on the way to the G20 Leaders Summit in Seoul next month. The hope is that these 2 days of talks can produce some sort of commitment on the part of G20 nations not to use their currencies as weapons anymore. We're getting a better sense of exactly what that commitment might look like. According to a G20 official, the draft statement will pledge G20 nations to refrain from competitive undervaluation of their currencies. And a veteran of the Plaza Currency Accords of the 1980s says some sort of agreement is needed out of these talks.
I would say it's now become a matter of some urgency for the finance ministers and central bank governors and then the heads of state to move past this bickering, unilateralism, bilateralism, and finger-pointing, which has unfortunately characterized much of the last few weeks, and try to find some common ground on currencies.
Now, according to a U.S. official, Treasury Secretary Tim Geithner will offer his own push here specifically for standards to evaluate the sustainability of trade surpluses and deficits and for a set of norms on exchange rate policies. The Secretary also likely to continue the tough tone he's taken with regard to China and its own currency practices, as he did in California.
It's significantly undervalued. More so than is true of any major significant emerging market currency. And it's not good for China long term, not tenable for China long term, and it's unfair to all of Chinese trading partners.
But China isn't the only G20 nation trying to keep its currency from appreciating too fast, too far. We also have Japan, South Korea, Indonesia, Brazil, just to name a few on the list of other countries who have taken actions to try and curb to weaken their currency in recent days. They're under pressure here, as is the United States. Ben Bernanke, in particular, the Fed chairman, he's likely to have to defend the next possible round of quantitative easing. There are worries among emerging economies that that's going to weaken the dollar further. It's going to send a flood of new capital into their countries, perhaps risk asset bubbles. So the United States also feeling some of the heat here at these talks. They kick off tomorrow, Deirdre, and again, some expectations that there will be at least some progress made on the currency front, but still a lot of road to go.